For a long time in my life, I kind of just thought things would fall into place, and at a certain age, at a certain day, certain point in time, everything would kind of just click. Everything would kind of just make sense. And the older I get, I find that that's less and less true. Things seem to make less and less sense, and doesn't just life doesn't just seem to fall into place. Things don't seem to just work out. I mean, there's been points, moments in my life where things did kind of just, I suppose I kind of just got lucky. Things kind of just worked out in my favor, anyways. But overall, that's not true. Things do not tend to just happen. Life does not just happen. It does not just fall into place. The pieces don't just fall into place, and things don't just kind of click and make sense one day. Or maybe they do. Maybe I haven't gotten old enough yet. Maybe I haven't reached that point where everything just kind of clicks, but I'm tired of waiting around for it. I think I've been wasting my time waiting around, hoping that someday it will all make sense, or someday it'll all, well, yeah, someday it'll all click, someday it'll all make sense. It's just been waiting and waiting for nothing. I feel like I've been letting life kind of pass me by, just hoping, you know? Not that it's not that hope is a waste of time. I think hope is a good thing to have. You should hope for the best as best as you can, but don't let it be the only thing you do. You know, I think that was kind of my problem is I just had hope. I had faith that things were going to work out no matter what I did or didn't do, and I proceeded to really do nothing. And I think that was the mistake, or one of many mistakes that I've made, is just assuming the best and putting in no sort of effort or anything towards it, just kind of drifting by. And like I said, hoping that someday everything will make sense, everything will fall into place. And in some ways it did. Some places I feel like it did kind of click or work out the way I'd hoped or wanted, envisioned, I suppose, could be another way to put it. But a lot of the time, that's not the case. A lot of the time, things just don't happen unless you make them happen. You have to, you have to be a driving factor for the things that you want in this world, or a force to make things happen, make the things you want to happen. I suppose is a better way to put it. It's not always the case. Some things are just not meant to be. Some things just aren't meant to happen, you know? But I think, really, with enough effort, enough will to do it, you could really make anything possible. Anything is really possible, for that matter, you know? You just have to act on it. You have to do something about it. You can't just wait around and hope that one day it's gonna click. One day it's gonna just drop into your lap and present itself, because that's not the way the world works, sadly. Yet it seems I find myself still just kind of waiting, waiting and waiting and waiting, hoping someday it's gonna make sense. And I sit here and tell myself that I can't just keep waiting for something to happen. I can't keep waiting for life to happen, or magic to happen, for that matter. I don't know what I'm waiting for at this point, you know? I feel like I've been waiting around so long for something that I just don't even know what it could be anymore. What I am searching for at this point. Maybe I'll know it when it comes. Maybe it'll never come because I'm too busy just waiting and expecting it to happen instead of striving for something that I could envision, something that I could do something about, you know? I don't know. But I'm tired of waiting. As I've said before, I'm tired of waiting, expecting things to happen that just don't or won't. And I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to break the cycle, break the habit. It's been so long just waiting. I don't know. Maybe I just need to find a passion, find something I care about deeply, something I want to invest my time into or invest my efforts into to try to make something out of it instead of just. But again, even that is, I sit around and I hope one day I'm gonna wake up and just have this want to do something. One day I'm gonna wake up and all of a sudden I'm just gonna have all these ideas flowing through my head of like pictures to draw or places to go or a career I want to succeed in or something, you know? And it doesn't ever come. Every day I wake up with the same empty mind, no passion, no inspirations, no nothing, you know? But I go to bed every day hoping tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow will be the day. Tomorrow I'll be passionate. Tomorrow I'll be inspired. And I just don't. I'm just not. Maybe passion has to come from within. Maybe it's not just a feeling you wake up with. Maybe it's something you build within yourself. Maybe everybody's just a little different and everybody feels things a little differently. I mean, I know that's true. Everybody is very different. So maybe it's not as cut and dry as I seem to think it is in my mind. Maybe there's a little more complexity to it than I'm giving it credit for. Maybe I am just wasting my time waiting around, thinking something's gonna change. I mean, I'm pretty convinced of that already. I'm pretty convinced that I've been wasting my time. Yet, like I said before, it doesn't seem to stop me from continuing these cycles or habits or whatever it is you want to call them. I will continue to wait and wait and hope someday I wake up and feel different. I'll hope that someday I'll wake up with some sort of passion or inspiration or whatever it is I seem so desperate to find. There's no guarantee, I suppose. Maybe I'll be stuck waiting around forever. I hope not. I hope I'll be able to get a better grip, get a hold of myself and tell myself to take my own advice and stop waiting around and start acting on something, start doing something about it, about whatever it is I want to change, whatever it is I seem to be so disappointed with in my current life, in my current circumstances, my day-to-day in general, you know? Maybe someday I will stop just talking about it and I will start acting on it instead. But I can only hope. I mean, that's kind of contradictory to say. I can't only hope. I'm the only one who could make that kind of a change. I'm the only one who can do the work and put in the effort to make a change in my life. Nobody else can do that for me. It's nobody else's responsibility to do that for me. And I'm not very good at listening to people when they tell me to do things or what to do or how to do them. So it really does boil down to just me having to figure something out, do something, you know? Hopefully, hopefully something will click in my brain and I will, I can't really say come to that realization because I know it. I know it just as easily as I can say it, you know? I'll repeat it over and over that it's up to me to make a change. I mean, that goes for anybody in any circumstance. You have to make the changes you want for the most part, for most things, you know? As I said before, life doesn't really just happen. I mean, obviously, it happens around us. Time passes. Time always just forever keeps going forward. And I suppose in some ways it's just about being left behind. At a certain point, it feels like life just kind of will leave you behind if you don't catch up to it. But I don't know. Can you really fall behind if we're all on our own journey? If everybody's pathway is their own? Yet, I feel like I've fallen behind because I've been waiting around. Food for thought, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I'm just tired of repeating myself, but I always come back to the same conclusions that I just want to say I'm tired of waiting. And I can't really keep saying that because I'm just making no effort to change it. I can't sit on this pedestal and say that I'm wanting to make changes or I'm going to make changes and I'm tired of things being the same or things being the way they are, but I'm not gonna do anything about it and I'm not gonna, you know? It's disingenuous to me to sit here and act this way or talk this way and then I'm making no real efforts about it in the real world. I suppose in some cases I'm trying some aspects of the word, but I guess I'm kind of disappointed in myself, in my efforts that seem to be so so lacking, you know? I claim to try, but it makes no difference. And so I feel like I'm not trying hard enough or that my trying just isn't good enough, you know? And I feel, I guess, guilty about it for some reason. It's not like I owe anybody. It's, you know, it's not like I'm living my life for anybody but me. I feel just guilty about the lack of change and the lack of, well, what feels like lack of effort. I suppose it's kind of a weird spot to be in. Like I don't know if I'm just being too hard on myself and telling myself that I'm not trying hard enough and not putting in enough effort, or if it's just that I am searching for some sort of instant gratification, some sort of obvious sign that my efforts are paying off or something, you know? It's it gets a little tiring to even, I don't even want to say do the same things over and over again, because obviously you do the same things over and over again, respecting different results doesn't really make a lot of sense, you know? You gotta do something different to expect, or if you're expecting something different, you tend to have to make a change, make a difference, you know? But when it feels like everything that I've changed and everything that I've tried to change and do differently leads me to the same place, what do I do? What else do I change? Where else do I go? You know? But I don't know. I wish I didn't have to think about it so much. I think that's probably my biggest problem is that I'm always just overthinking it instead of just doing the first thing that comes to mind, you know? That first thought in the morning telling me to go outside or whatever, and I just brush it off to the wayside because I'm like, I just overthink about everything, you know? I Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's where I'm missing my passion, is that I think it away and I ignore it for too long. Maybe that's always been the problem, is I just think too much. I mean, I think I've always known that was a problem that I think I've known is, I'm sure. Anyway, I just think too much. I overthink too much, and it's hard not to. I think it's a pretty common problem with a lot of people. It's hard to get out of your own head. It's hard to shut yourself up, especially, I mean, not even especially about anything, just in general. It can be really hard to shut your own brain up. It can be very, very difficult. So when my own brain is telling me that I'm not going to be good enough to do whatever certain activity here, then I don't even bother to try. And, you know, not to be cliche or stereotypical, but you can't really get better at anything if you don't ever try anything. It's kind of difficult, you know? But maybe one day, maybe one of these days, I'll be able to do a little better, be a little more willing, a little less stuck in my head, hopefully. Truthfully, I think that's all I can hope for. To get a little out of my head, to live a little more in the world. I think that'd be an answer to a lot of my problems, if I could just get out of my head and into the world a little more, into the real world a little more. Not even necessarily going outside, but just less thinking about stuff and more doing stuff. Because it seems to be the happiest people are the ones who don't think about it. They're not questioning why they're doing something, or if they're doing it good enough, or if they're doing it right. They just do it because they want to do it. They just do it because it's what feels natural or feels good or feels right, whatever the circumstance may be, whatever the situation might be. I can't be like that. My brain won't let me be that way, no matter how much I wish it could, no matter how hard I try to rewrite it and try to do things differently, or to just do things more freely, less thoughts, more actions. All I have are thoughts. My thoughts hold me so far back from being able to act on them, act on anything. This is way too short. Probably should have just started building from the other side in. That would have made sense. But here we are anyway. Let's see. Do something like this. And we'll wrap it around type thing. And that's not the right. Nice. Very nice. So it'll be something like this instead. Okay. I mean, it's just annoying. I feel like I'm constantly contradicting myself in my head. You know? I want to just act and live freely and not think about things. And I can't. Some days I feel like it's easier. Some days I feel like my brain is just kind of turned off and I'm just doing whatever feels good, doing whatever feels right. And I wish I could just live that way. I wish I could just live in that kind of peace of mind, that kind of freedom of not caring what other people think, not caring what I think, and just doing whatever, you know? I don't know how to turn that into an everyday kind of feeling. I'd like to, because I get down on myself. I get very, very down on myself, very hard on myself. And go-to is always, what does it matter? We're all gonna die someday anyways. Like, why do you put so much thought into these little things? Why do you care so much about these little details, or whatever the circumstance might be? We're all gonna die anyway. It doesn't matter, you know? But it doesn't always work to tell myself that. Doesn't always doesn't always bring me the comfort that I'm searching for. It should, you know? It really should, because it's true. We're all gonna die anyways, so what does it matter? What is the point in spending so much time in your own head, worried about all these little things, what other people think, or what other people are gonna say, or whatever? It doesn't matter, you know? We're all here for however long that we can be, trying to make the most out of it. So what does it matter? What does it matter? We're all gonna die anyways. What does it matter? Just do it. Whatever it is that makes you happy, that you feel passionate about, just do it then. Do that thing. Whatever it is. And I keep trying to tell myself that. I've been constantly trying to tell myself that, to just do that thing. Whatever I feel like doing, whatever crazy idea comes to mind, do it. Who cares? I mean, obviously, there's some things that you shouldn't do. Just, legality and etc. But, like, for the most part, it really doesn't matter. You should just do whatever you want to do. You should just do it proudly. I guess, again, it depends on what it is, but for the sake of motivation and the sake of trying to convince myself to get out of my room and get out of my head, just do it anyways. It doesn't matter. Do it and do it proudly. Who cares what other people are going to say or what other people are going to think? You know, we are all living one life, stuck on this planet together, trying to make the most of it. How many times I've told that to myself over and over and over. Hopefully, one of these days it clicks. Because I'm really tired of being, as I said, stuck in my room, stuck in my head. It just gets exhausting, you know? It gets really, really tiring. I'd like some peace of mind. Like a little break from my own mental. I'd like to just do stuff and not concern myself with the worries behind it. I don't know. Just concern myself in general. You know? Who really cares at the end of the day? And even the people that do and don't like what you do or don't, whatever, haters, hate comments, whatever the hell, whatever it might be related to whatever you might be doing, who really cares? You know? If it makes you happy, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Again, hopefully someday I will believe myself when I say that. Someday. Someday. That's not... This one should be... No, it should be there. I know what I'm talking about. Maybe. Like I said, at the end of the day, we're all gonna die anyways, so just do whatever makes you happy. Live peacefully, knowing that you're free to do whatever. Don't wait around for things to happen. Don't wait around for life to fall into place, because you'll just be wasting your time like I do. And I can prevent anybody else from wasting their time like me, then I'll try my best. So, thanks for listening to whatever this was, whatever kind of ramble this was today. I've been very, I don't know, kind of stuck in my own head today. So, but hopefully this was good enough. Or I don't know. What is it? What am I saying? Hopefully this is good enough. What does it matter? Who cares? Like, that's the whole point of this video. Who cares, man? We're all gonna die anyways. So thanks for listening. I love you. I hope you have a great weekend or week, whatever you see this day, month, year. If I never hear from you again, I hope it's all good. I hope whatever troubles you face fall by the wayside, and I hope things work out for you. Thanks for being here. Goodbye.